Welcome to Pro Media, live at 9 here, Friday, March 21st. Thanks for joining me today. Solo show here Friday. Things are changing going forward. We'll have an exciting week next week, but it's been an exciting week this week, and enjoy what we do here. We'll roll through your markets and then roll through some headlines here. Let's go to your market and check things out. Out of the gate here, May corn down a penny, 468. May beans down a half a cent at 10.12.5. Soy oils down 37 points at 42.83. Soy meals is up 2 cents, 306.60. Wheat is up 4 on Chicago at 561.5. KC May wheat up 8 1/4 at 594. July new crop KC wheat up 8 1/4 at 609. Good to see that 6 handle there. Looking over at your cattle markets, we got feeders leaking a little bit weaker. April's down a nickel, 288.40. Out in your deferreds, that September contract 292, your August contract 293.32. Will we get to 3? That's one of the big questions here going forward. Live cattle, we got live cattle up 62 points, 209 on your April. June at 205.40, up 37 points. Your hogs are up $1.30. April hogs are 86.72. May hogs 89.90. Crude oil is down 24 points, 67.84. Diesel is flat. Nat gas is up 4 cents. Your Dow's down 318 points. Your S&P's down 47. And NASDAQ down 227. Russell's down 26. Bitcoin 83,900 down 290. Gold's 25 points weaker, 3,018. Silver is 33.44. And the US dollar tick firmer, 103.65. So I wish corn had a little bit better bid to it here to end the week, but new crop corn 452 on the board. Hopefully we can hold that level. Last week, I think we closed the week at 451, so we're just barely on the week. And I might pull a chart in later if I can, just to show you how much of a drag that corn market's been here. Wheat market's been moving, though, had a decent range. KC wheat has had, I think, a 30-cent range since last week. 598 close on last Friday, new crop July KC wheat. And we're, had a 628 high, and we're currently up, what are we? 608. So we're 10 cents better than we were, 10 cents better than we were a week ago. So KC wheat got a little story to it. But yeah, rolling through headlines. We've rolled through a lot this week. It's been a lot of things happening this week. But one thing that I wanted to bring up is the What's Caught My Eye section of the ATI research. They put out this every day, every morning. Premium subscribers get it. Customers get it if you get the morning newswire. It's one of my favorite sections. But what they wrote today, ATI Research, the proposed docking fees for Chinese vessels coming to U.S. ports is getting much discussion. Some have it adding 40 cents per bushel to the cost of U.S. beans headed to China. This would undoubtedly encourage China to ramp up its South American origination. U.S. admins have had a habit of consistently shooting export ag in the foot, starting with a bean export embargo back in the mid-'70s, which sent Japan to Brazil for supplies. And you know the rest of the story. Well, unfortunately, I don't really know the rest of the story because I wasn't born in the 70s. I was born in 85, but I get your point there. So kudos to ATI Research. That's an important headline, something to think about. There's all sorts of, just a testament to the macro market stuff going on, geopolitics that impacts your markets. And yeah, interesting piece there. Hate to see us become more uncompetitive, and these trade policies tend to have a habit of impacting U.S. farmers and American agriculture. But I guess in the art and love and war and negotiations, maybe it'll be a good thing in the end. The guy's got to hope, I guess. I don't know, but nonetheless, it is what it is. South American weather going forward, I think that's the other thing to be keeping an eye on. We've talked about that relentlessly. We've got a key weather events for safrinha corn over the coming 4 to 6 weeks. We've got to pay attention to these weather models as they come out and as they evolve. Are they adding moisture? Are they taking it away? Could be a big driver for your corn markets. And that really is one of the most important growing crops right now that we have out there in the field. The bean crop in Brazil, it's done. It's coming out of the field. It's a good crop. And South America, Brazil's on pace for record month of March bean exports as we speak. Throw that export embargo or the Chinese vessel tax stuff on top of that, and it just is another, shoot ourselves in the foot there. But if you're already not the market, I don't know what's the cost there. Does it impact corn though? That's one of the bigger questions. But dry start in 7 years down there in South America for the safrinha corn crop helped us catch up with planting pace. But the next couple weeks, we've got 70% of the northern safrinha corn production. They've got it pegged to receive 1.5 to 3.5 inches of rainfall, with 3 being the normal for that period. 70% of the production's in that northern region. Mato Grosso's about 50% of the total safrinha corn production out there. So watch that weather forecast and watch what's actually realized here over the coming weeks. We got the report, prospective plantings next, not this coming Monday, but the Monday following. So it'll sneak up on us here pretty quick. Another week of trading, and then we're going to open up the gate with a big report that following Monday, grain stocks and prospective plantings report. So we'll see how things shake out. Could be some pre-report positioning going into that. Everybody's fearful of what the acreage number will say, but there's also some major questions on what the grain stocks will actually print there. And will there be a bullish surprise? One's got to hope. We can hope. Let's hope for it. So, all right, over the past week, we've had Fed rate decision unchanged, balance sheet adjustments. That might be the bigger story underlying, but they left rates alone and talked about 2 cuts coming over the coming year. But they did make some balance sheet adjustments to reduce some of the quantitative tightening that they're doing, which may be underlying a good thing going forward. I don't know. It's beyond my expertise when you get to that point of their talking points. But we started the week off also with Trump-Putin talks, Ukraine. Are we going to get some sort of resolution? They had a conversation, and the next day Putin sends some bombs over to Ukraine and knocks out some more facilities. So we're still, uncertain there, no resolution, and watching headlines there. Some stuff going on in Gaza as well. No, nothing's really changed on that front. We had a solid week of corn exports. That's, one of the shining lights for corn here. Had a heck of a week of weather across the heart of the U.S. with the blizzard conditions and lots of lost power out there. So lots of things going on. Anytime you have some, blizzard sucks, wind sucks. I lived through it. It was pretty crazy. But it brought some moisture here too. Things are a little soupy around Dodge City, which is a good thing, and we're thankful for it and big for our wheat production here. So, cattle market. Talk about the cattle market. We got a cattle on feed report here this afternoon. I'll flash that graphic up maybe here if I can find it, and we'll look at those estimates here. Trade's looking for us to be down 1.8% on our total on feed numbers. Placement's going to be the big thing to watch. Will there be a bullish surprise on the placements? Did we place less? Weather and the restriction on Mexican imported cattle, and then comparing it to a very high placement a year ago number are going to be the two things there. Will we be interesting to see what numbers we get here. Also be, digging a little deeper in the details of what's the front end supply look like according to these numbers. How many cattle have been on feed 120 days, 150 days, that type of stuff. But I don't know, the Packers bidding up here and holding out to see what this report says. Not a whole lot of cash activity, but the asking prices are firmer, and it's been a strong week for cattle. Euphoric, definitely euphoric on the cattle front. So, yeah, market's bullish until it's not, guys. And I think that's something you got to keep in mind here. It's bullish until it's not. The supply story is supportive, but at some point they're going to run for the exits here. And we just don't know when. But I'd love to see a 3 handle on their feeder cattle out there. And I'd love to see that fat market keep pushing higher. But if there's a time to go out and draw a line in the sand and embrace this bull market, I think you got a great opportunity here. Feeder cattle, I believe the feeder cattle are about $20 off their most recent low. And they've, last year we saw a $50 to $60 trading range, depending what contract you looked at on your feeder cattle front. So this market has the ability to move, and don't underestimate the potential for it to go higher or lower. Just position yourself to defend equity and embrace volatility going forward. Got a fun tweet of the week for you to wrap things up. I took a screenshot of it. We had remember those astronauts? I kind of forgot about them, but 9 months, they were stuck in space for 9 months. They had a 9-month vacation in space, which I don't know. Maybe that's where we're shipping all this corn to unknown destinations. Maybe it's going to the International Space Station. Not real sure. But the tweet of the week comes from, your trusted news source here, the Babylon Bee, always coming out with some zingers and stuff. But a federal judge actually ordered those astronauts to be returned to the space station. Okay. That's the tweet of the week here. Got to have fun on a Friday. Gosh, I got to be I can't be critical because, any guy that's critical of their hair situation, you just got to be careful with that. But that seems like a safety hazard up there. I don't know. There's a lot of wires running around. It could snag on something. I think you got to keep your eye out on, and that may be a potential safety hazard there. So pretty wild hair day. Got to love it. But fun post, fun tweet here to end the week. And yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Stay on your toes here. Commitment to Traders report going to be out this afternoon. Got that cattle on feed report out this afternoon. Appreciate you joining me here today. See if there's, excuse me. I'm going to get a drink and then we'll go through comments. Nathan Russ here, Russ Farms, Iowa. Just think how many folks would cringe if the entities who do the shipping of our grain got paid only as a percentage of the ever fluctuating price that farmers get paid. Good stuff. That's, interesting comment. Yeah. A percentage, if they got paid a percentage of that price. Yeah. Interesting. I like it. Maybe they'll bump your basis bids then if, that was the case. So grow the farm up. I love it. Yeah. You got to be critical whenever you're talking about a mess too, right? Because life can be a little messy and there's nothing wrong with that. I love organization. I think organization is great. I want to be more organized and strive to do so. But sometimes when you, a busy mind, there's some quotes out, I have the best of them, but a busy mind sometimes can create a busy environment, and busy can be a little messy sometimes too. So, all right. With that, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I hope you guys are managing your risk when it comes to the NCAA bracket stuff and your DraftKings or your FanDuel accounts. Make sure you're managing risk out there, and but stay flexible. And there's some opportunity out there. There's some Cinderella stories. We'll be seeing how it all shakes down going forward. It's a fun time, fun weekend, and I hope you guys get to go out there and enjoy it. Thanks for joining me today. We'll pump out a premium episode this afternoon, and we'll see what the next week holds here for us. So appreciate y'all. I'm going to get out of here. See y'all Monday.